Oh, hey guys! It's Teacher Justice here. I'm just kidding. I wasn't really sleeping. Yeah, probably wouldn't have been able to record this if I was actually sleeping, unless somebody was playing a prank on me, but who cares? Anyway, it's Teacher Justice here. Oh man, I hope you guys have been having a great week like I am. It's been a great week. It's a little bit chaotic, but it's still a lot of fun. Oh man, this video is all about the major course Jumpstart. I'm just giving you guys an update. But first, oh man, this has been bugging me all day. Well, not really bugging me. It's just kind of been pulling at my heartstrings, kind of. Tell me if you guys can relate to any of this at all. I'm sure a lot of you, if you're already an established teacher, you probably have a lot of regular students whose parents book you over and over again because it can be for any reason. They like your teaching style, they like your personality, the student likes you, blah, blah, blah. It could be anything or maybe all of the above. But anyway, I had one of my regulars this morning. Her name is Natalia. She is one of the sweetest girls I have ever met. She is like, wow. She's sweet, she's smart, she's bright, she's quick. You would not think she would have a sad bone in her body because she's always excited. She's asking me questions. She likes to extend. She likes to do everything humanly possible to make class fun for both her and me. Well, we were talking about sports today. Sports that people play in China and people play in America. We were talking about badminton, table tennis, football, etc. And she started asking me, what activities are sports. She asked me, is jump rope a sport? I told her, no. Well, she asked me if swimming was a sport. I told her yes. And she told me that she had just started swimming. And I told her, good for you. Good for you, Natalia. You are going to do great. You can do whatever you want with swimming. You can play. You can actually swim as on a team or swim, as a actual sport activity. And she went on to tell me with a really sad face on her face that she doesn't think she's good enough. She's afraid to put her face in the water. She repeatedly told me, I think I'm going to lose. I think I'm going to lose. I honestly started thinking I was probably going to cry because here was a little 7-year-old girl who's telling me I'm going to lose if I swim with other people. And I told her, Natalia, let me give you a piece of advice. Never have that attitude or else you will constantly doubt yourself and you will feel like you lose even if you win. But she still was like, I'm afraid to put my face in the water. I'm afraid I'm going to lose. She told me over and over. I told her, Natalia, you just have to do your best. You're just starting, to swim, But she was really discouraged. And so I don't know if I got through to her, but hopefully I had a little bit of impact. I left a note for the parents talking about that. Because, she should not doubt herself. She has every opportunity to succeed at swimming and anything she sets her mind to, but it's that kind of pulled at my heart a little bit because I love her so much. I mean, she's the sweetest kid on the planet, and here she is telling me with a discouraged, sad face on her, on her face. She's like, I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna lose. I'm not good enough. She's telling me all these things, and I'm like, oh man. I wish I could have done more, but, time constraint and I'm not there, but it just pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. Anyway, back to the major course Jumpstart. Let's get back to a more cheery topic. I've been getting a lot of comments and questions from people through email, through the comments posted on my demonstration videos. You know, they're asking me all these questions, so I finally decided I'm going to I'm going to talk about this in another video. So let's talk about the first mission. Now, if this thing will load, that would be nice. Okay, let's talk about the first mission. As you guys are already aware, the first mission only has one demonstration that you need to complete. If you complete the mission, you will get the moving on status. People are asking me, will I receive feedback from the person who basically grades it if I don't pass? I don't know. You probably won't, or you might. I'm not entirely sure. If you guys know if they do, please comment so that other people will know, because I'm not sure, because my videos are a first time pass, so I wouldn't know for sure if you would receive feedback on, you know, what you could improve on, what you could do this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Because, like I said, first time pass, I did not receive anything. You know, I did not receive anything because I did not get that notification that says try again. Okay, once you pass the first mission, you will move on to mission 2. Mission 2 consists of 2 demonstrations, the level 2 and the level 3. Again, you can complete the level 3 or the level 2 in any order you want. It doesn't really matter. I did it in order, so anyway, so you guys, complete these demonstrations, wait for the result. Again, you can take these over and over until you pass. It doesn't matter. And you can fail it 20 times and pass the 21st time. It doesn't matter, because you can take these as many times as you want until you pass. So don't worry. If you're worried that you won't pass, this is a great way to practice, because it really does help. These missions really do prepare you for the final for the final mission, which I'm going to go into now. The same rules about the moving on and the try again apply here in mission 2 as it does in mission 1. Okay, for those of you that have completed and passed mission 1 and 2, you will move on to teach a class with the learning partner and a real student. Now, this is known as Little Translator class. It's not. It counts as a major course, but it's not exactly a major course. They will book you for this. And keep in mind, for mission 3, when you have that class with the student and the learning partner, you will repeat 2 of the demonstrations that you completed for mission 1 and 2. So you do not have to prepare anything. You really don't have to study. Maybe you can practice a little bit more if you're still confused, but you're using the same slides that you submitted a demonstration for, that you used for mission 1 and 2 for the class with the learning partner and the student. Now, if you do really well, this is for those of you that have completed it or are near completion. If you do really well, you have the chance to be promoted, to be exposed to, so many parents who will probably say, hey, this person comes highly recommended from this, or she does really well. Maybe she has 5 Apple feedback, or, it's word of mouth. Who the heck knows? It could be anything. Okay. Now, as far as I understand it, it's because you did well on the missions, and you did well with the little translator in the little translator class, because you impressed the parents probably, and most likely you pleased the learning partner, who will promote you, say, hey, maybe you should book this teacher because I had a class with her and she's a really good teacher, or, whatever. I don't really know what they would say, but That's just that's in the ballpark of probably what they would say. Now, I will tell you one thing. If you guys are still worried about getting feedback from, or not getting, let me touch up on that. You will not receive feedback at all from the learning partner or the student at all. It's been 2 months now. Oh, it's been almost 2 months since I completed the major course Jumpstart, and I have not received any feedback from the learning partner or the student's parents. I don't really care, but I mean, I had a question from someone about that, so I just wanted to touch base. As far as I know, you will not receive any comments from, I would expect it. I would probably expect it from the learning partner, because the learning partner is a VIP Kid staff, but I did not receive any comments from her who I taught to about that after I completed it. All I know is that the main thing that I noticed was that I had a very sharp increase in bookings. Now, speaking of sharp increase in bookings, I'm not really sure if I'm starting to fizzle out when it comes to when it comes to just the major course Jumpstart. Once you start completing, I would say it's in the ballpark of a range about 2 to 3 weeks that you're probably going to have a general increase of bookings based on the major course Jumpstart. Now, here's the thing now. It's been almost 2 months since I completed the major course Jumpstart. There are many other factors that contribute to the fact that you're getting more and more bookings, from parents who, want you to teach their kids. It can be that person has booked you before and they like you. I had a few students, a few students that I taught major course Jumpstart before I started getting mass books. I had a couple of them. So now they're my regulars. I've taught them many times. Could be your regulars, or it could be the trial classes that you're still teaching, or, but now almost 2 months later, I'm noticing that it might not just be the major course Jumpstart anymore. The more classes you teach, the more likely you are going to receive feedback from parents who will, they grade you, give you 1 to 5 apples or whatever. And, based on the assessment tags that they leave you, whether it's, patient, positive, encouragement, so forth. Now, keep in mind, you won't always get 5 apples. It's known to happen. You'll get, for less than 5 or whatever, but over the past couple months, I managed to maintain a perfect 5 apple rating. Yeah, I don't know how I did that, because I've been hearing so many stories from people who said, I've been getting 1 apple rating or 3 apple rating or whatever. I've heard so many stories about that. So yeah, I was a little bit worried, because I was like, I don't want to get a bad apple rating, because then that means I won't be able to certify for the other levels for 30 days. Because truth be told, if you receive a bad review from a parent, you will not be able to certify for other levels for 30 days if that complaint or negative feedback is valid. So yeah, do your best not to get those. So practice. Okay, so yeah, so 2 months later, after completing the major course Jumpstart, I'm starting to think that word of mouth, my regulars, and my feedback are now also main contributing factors to me getting mass books. This weekend, I'll give you a really good example. This week, before Sunday, well, depends on where you live. Sunday, in Beijing time, the mass booking time starts at 12 p.m. their time. You can always expect for about 2 or 3 hours, sometimes more. You can always expect for 2 to 3 hours to have this period where you are getting booking after booking. My phone was like literally glued to my face every Sunday night, because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's mass booking night. I'm kind of dreading it, because I'm like, how many classes am I going to get? I'm like, I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Depending on where you live, it can be anywhere from, Monday afternoon, or for me, it's Sunday night. It starts at 9 o'clock at night. Um, the what I was noticed, what happened just this weekend. Notice I'm at 143 classes booked, and that's for this week and next week, and it's Thursday, so this Thursday is almost over. Um, the Before the mass booking started this last Sunday, I was at 28 bookings. Overnight, after the mass booking started, I went from 28 bookings to, I kid you not, 178 bookings. I am starting to think that I'm seriously starting to think that my feedback, my regulars, word of mouth, and the major course Jumpstart have really had a huge impact on that. If you guys are curious as to what I'm talking about, I will show you. So yeah, the one thing like I said, my phone is always glued to my face, and I'll show you why. Because you can check, you can check, what has happened in the last 8 hours. See, I've had one class booked in the last 8 hours. So on Sunday night, that like every 30 seconds or whatever, I'm like literally refreshing my page because I want to see, how many bookings I'm getting. Yeah, you can check, what and what's happened in the last 8 hours. Have you received new feedback? Have you had a class cancellation from a parent, or have you had a class booked? It just, it really just depends. Yeah. So yeah, it was when I told my family that I had that many, they were like, "You're going to burn yourself out. You are going to burn yourself out because 178 classes over the next 2 weeks. Yikes! Yikes! I don't even want to show you I really don't want to show you what my schedule for this week and next week looks like. Seriously. Needless to say, I'm spending a lot more time in bed in the morning after I finish teaching classes in the morning. But that's besides the point. So yeah, my bookings have increased after I completed the major course Jumpstart, and the fact that I've been getting really good ratings and so forth. For those of you that are almost done or working on the major course Jumpstart right now, this is what you should expect. If you were a good teacher, which I'm sure you all are, you do well on the missions, which I really hope you do, and you have a lot of regulars, and so forth, students that you teach, this could be you. Keep in mind, I've only been teaching for 2 months, and already I'm at 153 students with 188 classes, which means 35 of my classes have been with a repeat student. Yeah. Seriously, you guys. Seriously, complete the major course Jumpstart. You will not regret it. You want the practice. You want to be exposed. You want to have that. You want to have that that under your belt so that you can be promoted. You will definitely see the results of this. It's not something that you should. It is not something that you should ignore. If anybody thinks that it is a waste of time, trust me, it's not. Trust me, it's not. You will get more bookings. You get paid more. You're promoted. You get more regulars. You teach the sweetest kids. Natalia, for example, she may have had the saddest face I've ever seen this morning, but she's still one of the sweetest kids I've ever met. You meet some of the brightest, quickest. I mean, seriously, some of these kids, I would put the kids here in America to shame because they are so smart and so quick. You would not believe. I will be reposting the first mission for mission 1 because I finally figured out how to fix the audio. So, yeah, keep watch out for that. And so I've got to get ready for my class that I have in about 20 minutes. So I will talk to you guys later. Have fun completing the major course Jumpstart. Bye.